Hello! Today we're going to be talking about gear progression for 2022. New year, new me, new whatever the fuck. You get the point. So the idea and goal for this video is to kind of get you guys squared away. How you can make money, progress, and make gains in a positive manner so that way you can earn freedom in BDO, because I firmly believe you do not have the freedom to play the game how you want until you are at a comfortable spot with your gear. That is how I've always played BDO. I've always felt imprisoned by the game because I want to be good at every aspect, which means PvP, PvE, life skilling, and stuff like that. So in order to do that, I have to have a lot of silver and a lot of just time invested into the game in order to feel comfortable and have that freedom to play. So the goal here is to give you that freedom and teach you guys how you can progressively move on your own without having to rely on everybody. So what a better place to start than seasonal? So let's check this out. So when you start the game, you should always do seasonal, and there's plenty of guides on YouTube. Just look up seasonal, BDO guide, and you'll have a ton of people walking you through the process. Now, by the end of seasonal, you should have full Pen to Vala gear. It gives you all the materials, all the stacks, everything that you need to get this gear right here. And let me tell you, 553 gear score. We can even turn off the journals real quick just to kind of put it down to the normality state. 547, that is enough money, or not money. That is enough gear score to make money. That is very solid. One of the best spots to grind in the game is here, Round Sulfur Mine, all right? Or Round Sulfur Works, whatever you want to call it, just Sulfur Mine in general. Going here, you can easily make 180 mil an hour, right? So let's go ahead and pull up the calculator here. So the AP for this zone is 240. I believe it's like 240 something, but you only need like 190 to grind here. So you can make 180 million grinding kind of mediocre. So 180 million, right? This is per hour. So we do, let's say 3 hours, okay? 540 million per 3 hours. We times this by 7 for 7 days a week. You're making 3.7 bill a week just from grinding 3 hours at Sulfur. And then we do this times 4 for, a month. You make 15.1 billion a month. That's a disto right there. That's a Tet disto. That's a very expensive earring right there. This could be a pen dandy. This could be any piece of pen gear. So to put things into perspective, whenever you finish seasonal, you can make billions of silver out the gate. So right away, you already have the freedom to make hella money. So that's the best part, okay? I will say I recommend you do this journal. So just look up on YouTube how to complete the Igor Bartali's adventure log. And once you do this, you can push your AP just a little bit further. Keep in mind, this Tuvala gear, not crystalled at all. There's no crystals whatsoever. There's nothing special. This is just seasonal gear right out the gate. That's it. So now let's come back down. And let's say you start making some upgrades, okay, for some AP. So here is sort of like the medium tier player. It's not really me. It's still really low end, but it's like you're starting to get some AP to where you can go to different spots and places. So after every single season, you can get a piece of boss gear at Tet. So, and you can also do the reformed boss gear too. So you can do reformed bags and you can, reform it a bunch of times and then it'll give you some, some DP and stuff. We're just going to do regular bags for the sake of example. But let's say this is what your gear is looking like, okay? And the Grunel helmet, I want to explain this because this is actually very good. So the Grunel helmet, why I have this here is because it's a pseudo pen griffin. So if we take a look at a Tet griffin, right? Well, one pen griffin costs like 12 billion. So that's a lot of silver right there. But just a Tet griffin, you're looking at 298 DP, okay? Now let's go back to the Grunel and we pen it 301. You reach a new bracket. Very good. And then also you can C5 it and get a little bit more DP out of it. It's not going to get you a bracket or anything like that, but it is very easy to Kafra it, as well as it's better than, a Tet Griffin. And it's much cheaper. It's only, I think, a bill 6 just to get it. So if you're looking for that little bit of extra DP, the Grunel can help you get there. Now, as for the rest of this gear, Red Nose, free. Begs, free. Urgons, free. Kaposha Pen Kaposha Belt, free from seasonal. Kaposha Necklace, free from seasonal. Kaposha Ring at Pen, free from seasonal. Try Kaposha Ring. You can get this if you hit level 62 for free. It's just, all this gear is essentially free. Even your weapons, Kazarka, Dandy, Nuver, free. I shit you not, free, because every seasonal you can get a free piece of boss gear and turn it in for a Kudum or a Nuver. I recommend Nuver because you're going to reach a point where 269 Nuver is going to be better than Kudum until you can reach 269 Kudum. Now, at this point, right, you're at 273 AP. This is very good. The only thing you've had to pay for is the Grunel helmet as well as the Tet Tungrad earring. These are the only things you have had to pay for. Everything else has been handed to you on a platter. So in total, you've had to spend 1.6 bill for the Pen Grunel helmet, and you've had to spend 5 bill for a Tet Tungrad earring. That is all you've had to do. This is very, very solid. For the fact of that, it's actually really stupid. I hate the fact that it's just handed to you so easily, but the point still stands that it's very easy to get this gear. So with all this being handed to you for free, from this point, it's kind of up to you. You can work on your AP accessories or you can work on some pens. Personally, I would square away your accessories till they're all Tet, which means you need to get rid of this Tri-Caposha ring and this Caposha earring. So I would recommend getting a Tungrad and just match these two. And then from here, I would highly recommend either getting a Tet Crescent or a Tet Tungrad. Personally, I would go Tungrad because it's a little bit more expensive, but you have the capabilities to make that money, so it's kind of worth. Once you have all your accessories looking like this, you can leave the Caposha stuff, like everything is fine. This is the equivalent of a Tet Caposha Bassi or a Tet Bassi. This is equivalent to a Tet Latent. This is better than a Tet Crescent, so you can just leave everything the same from your accessories once you are at this point. From here, depending on your class, if you are a Succession grinder, then you need to work on the Kazarka, or you need to get a Black Star. Honestly, Black Star is, we've had this debate, if you're a heavy grinder and you plan on doing Stars End or Sakraya, this is kind of a very good weapon to have, but if not, you don't need it. For me, this is a warrior, so I grind in Awakening. I'm gonna pen the Dandy. That's the most important thing, is penning the Dandy, because this will allow me to grind much faster. We reach 286, and then if we come back over here, right? Kudum, we are now 274 Kudum. That is what we're looking for. 274 Kudum is a very comfortable grind for Star's End, even Sakraya, very comfortable. And then here, we're talking, you can make billions of silver with this. And I mean billions. You can grind Star's End so fast as a warrior with this gear right here. You can pull distos if you pull, let's say you grind, I don't know, a few hours a day. Let's just go over and do some math real quick. So if we zoom out, Star's End is way the fuck over here, like way the fuck out here in the boonies, all right? So you start grinding here, Star's End. The trash loot here is worth 15.5, right? So we do, it's like 15, what is it, 15.5? Yeah, it's like this, okay? So this is what the trash loot is worth. With this gear, 274, I've done this grind before, and if you've seen GTL Empire's grind, he's pulling 7K with this kind of gear, all right? So if we go back over here and we do 15.5 and we times this by 7,000, that is 108 million silver per hour, all right? That doesn't sound like a lot, because it's really not. It's kind of mediocre. You can pull more at Sulfur consistently. However, distortion earrings are what make this amazing. So now let's say you pull a distortion earring. They are selling for 340 million silver. So now we're up 448 million in one singular hour, all right? This is gonna get taxed to hell, of course, but we're not doing that right now. I don't care. I'm just making a point. With this gear, you have the potential to make 448 million silver per hour at Star's End. And that's just if you pull one disto. Let's say you pull multiple distos. Let's say you pull 3 distos in a day. Let's do 340, which is, we'll just tax this just for the sake of example. Okay, so 289, this is what you're going to be, making when you sell it on the market for 340. And we times this by 3, 867. That's so much money for 3 distos a day. Assuming you can get that, of course, but that's just whatever. Assuming you can get to this point, obviously 3 distos in a day, kind of low carried right there. But if you grind for multiple hours and you do a lot, you can make this very easily. So this right here, almost a bill a day, and this is just in distos. This is not factoring in trash loot. This is not factoring in your Kafras. This is not factoring in BMCs or anything like that. You are making well over 1 billion silver if you pull 3 distos in one single day. And all you need is this gear right here. This gear right here is more than adequate to grind for that kind of thing. Especially if you're an RNG gamer that just is all about the drops. This is all you need right here to grind comfortably at Star's End. And then from this point, it's really up to you what you want to do. You can work on your gear and you're like, okay, I want to get into PvP. I need a little bit more DP. Let's put, let's get a pen red nose. I want a little bit more accuracy. Let's do the pen bags. Let's say I want some more DR scaling. Let's get some Urgons to pen. From here, let's see, what can I do? Let's see, I need to go back to Nuver. Let's pen the Nuver for a little bit more AP. 289's a bracket, really nice. Let's Kafra, my dandy. Let's get to C5, 292. I'm one bracket off. I'm one AP off from a bracket. Let's go one more. C7, boom, 293 AP, 317 DP. Let's start Kafring our gear. C5 these, C5 these, C5 these, and C5 this. 335, your 621 gear score. You can kill anybody with this. This gear right here, you can kill anybody with this gear. As long as you know how to play your class well enough and you know what you're doing, you can body people with this gear. And then from this point, you can start swapping stuff around. You know, let's say you want to sell these. You know, let's say you want to get a Tet Disto. Let's say you want to get 2 Tet Distos. Boom, 299 AP. Let's complete one of the other journals. Dora Magrams. Boom, 300 AP. Simple. Let's pen this shit. Fuck it. Boom, right there. Let's C9. Let's C9 this. 301 AP. That's a new bracket. I mean, the possibilities are simple. The progression forward is so simple, but you just need to know what to do. You need to know what you can do. Where can you go? How do you get started? And how do you get started? This desert right here. All of this desert. Every spot here that you can grind is 150 to 180 mil an hour. I'm not even kidding you. When Valencia first dropped, everyone was grinding sulfur mine, and I'm not even fucking with you. My ass was over here at Basham's grinding this. The trash suit here is worth 14,000. So what I did was I would grind here for hours. So 14,000, and I would pull 11K trash an hour. So I was making 154 million an hour. And again, we do the simple math, right? 3 hours a day, boom, 462 times 7, 3.2 bill a day. Just from grinding Bashams. All you have to do is just do the math and just like look at what you want. You know, if you want, let's say you want a tongue grad ring. This sells for 8 bill. So if you need 8 bill, what's the fastest way you can get 8 bill in a comfortable manner? So if you do 3 hours a day, right, for 100, well, what the fuck was it? It was like 1,400 times 11,000 is what I was making. So if we do this, we times this by 5. All right, we're looking at 770. So let's see if I can push it towards, 7 days a week. So by 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, essentially. So we do this for another week to 10 bill. I can afford my Tet tongue grad ring in 2 weeks by sitting at Basham's for 5 hours a day. That's all I have to do. It's easier said than done, 100%, because sitting here for 5 hours a day doing the same monotonous grind over and over and over again, that's the nature of the game. And but if that's what you want, if you want to play this game, that is the mentality. You either enhance or you grind. Those are your options. And it becomes so much more easier once you get this gear right here. Once you're able to reach this point, just seasonal gear alone, billions of silver can start flowing in, and then soon enough, a few months later down the line, your gear's looking like this. 625 gear score, solid, DP, solid AP. Like, it's so simplistic. You just have to sit down, apply yourself to what you want to do, and then boom, bam, bing, bow. You have all the gear in the world. You're comfortable. You're competing in node wars. You're competing in sieges. You're getting paid. You're having fun. You have all this freedom in this game that imprisoned you for months. You beat the game, essentially. It's a good feeling whenever you get to this point. Granted, 625, that's not really beating the game, but it's a point of freedom where you can actually decide to be like, I don't feel like grinding today because I don't need it. I'm good. I'm comfortable. I can kill people with this. I can grind with this. I can go to any grind spot in the game with this gear. It's comfortable is what I'm trying to say, is that it's super comfortable where you don't feel that claustrophobic weight on your goddamn shoulders that you need to grind today because you're falling behind. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys deal with, because that's how I have felt for the past 2 years, and it is only as recent as last year towards like the end of July where I felt like I actually had true freedom to play the game how I wanted. So hopefully this guide helps you and guides you in any way forward. If you have any questions, I will drop comments trying to answer everybody. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, she knows I'm the one. Yeah, she knows I don't need no kind.